What?
We
There it
are
is.
live.
I feel like it's so weird with the rectangles. I was like, I wonder what it's gonna look like when we have 4 people on here. Because you're our the first time we've had 2 guests at the same time. So
Oh shit.
Actually, that's not true. We did have the Buttery Bros, but we were all squished in one bench next to each other in real life.
that is true.
Oh, you guys did it in person?
Yeah, they just
We
walked
ambushed
by
them.
us, and we were like, "Do you want to hop on?" And they were like, "Yeah." So that's how that happened.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
we
it was great.
watched most of your stuff from I don't know, was it
Tier?
yeah, thank you.
Tier.
Like, I didn't want
I was
I
like,
didn't want to
tier?
put the wrong thing before the
Everybody
name.
knows it as tier now.
Is that wrong? Like, I don't know what's wrong or what's not wrong, but
You got to say tier before Wadapalooza. That's the rule.
Pool
Whose
boy.
show am I watching, Mike?
I don't know. Inception. It's very confusing.
It's our
But
crossover episode number 2. Yes.
So many girls, so much estrogen in here.
And all the boys. I was gonna say, where are the girls in the chat? And here comes Meg.
so many boxes.
Meg to the rescue. There she is.
Pool Boy did tell me yesterday that we became best friends, so I'm just putting that out there.
Oh,
We love that. Love that.
pool boy loves women. That's
Okay. Yeah, he does. Are you guys in the same room?
Yes, we are.
Tell me the setup.
You guys are typing too fast. Yeah, what's the setup over there?
So we're on a table and she's on one side and I'm on the other side. Shout out to my best friend, Jeff, who is very tech savvy and was able to figure this out for us. So we started we have like a smaller room. So we started in there first and it was way too small and it would get really hot in the summer and we had a lot of tech issues. And so then we decided to take this part of the apartment that this room is in. We're pretty much in the living room. So we kind of moved everything out of the way and put our shit here. And so now we're in the living room.
Honey, stop cursing.
That's what I do.
Okay.
That's what I do. They knew this. They came on our show. They know that I'm the one that curses the most. So
you can do whatever you want here.
Do you guys have friends that, well, I was going to say, do you guys have friends that come over and then they see your setup and they're like, what the heck is this in the living room?
No, we're married. We have an 8-year-old. We don't have friends.
Okay.
Like, we have internet friends.
Yeah.
Like, we have internet friends. Pool Boy's our friend. Patrick Clark's our friend.
Yeah.
CrossFat's our friend. Joseph Ramirez is our friend. Like, Pat Lang's our friend. Ed AI is our friend. Like,
we
don't have friends.
We like to go
that's basically me and Kate. So welcome to our double date. This is basically just one big double date.
That's it.
Yes. That we're gonna just chat about girl stuff.
Ask all the questions.
Go for it.
Okay, first I wanted to know before we start, like, how did y'all start your podcast, or like, how'd you get into this? What made you want to? Tell us the story.
Patrick Clark. Yeah, we took a picture together. I have a picture of us on my phone. Like, we're friends. We did it. We did the friend thing.
Made it.
What? I mean, like, and Jenny took our picture. So, like, we're friends.
One big happy fam.
Everybody's a happy family.
Come on now.
Go ahead, babe. The beginning of the podcast.
So I went on Sevon's podcast and to talk about some really serious things that I had went through as a kid. And our friendship just kind of kept going. And I just liked the podcast space. Like, I found YouTube. I found just everything I wanted to watch. Like, I wanted to watch bodybuilding. So I was watching like some of the biggest bodybuilding stuff in the YouTube space. I was watching the biggest CrossFit stuff in the YouTube space. I was watching like I was watching what just kind of like just the most random things. And I was just like, I want to talk to you. And then I just was like, let's talk. And so I screenshotted, I think Sev put a story up about what his setup was. And I was like, well, I want that. So I'm going to get that. And then I'm just going to talk to people I don't know on the internet. Like, it was not. And my wife was like, this sucks. I don't want to do this. And, and
Look at her now.
yeah. And now she has her own show with her own people and her own internet friends that I don't have.
I do
Were
have
you
some internet
just
friends.
were you just a random caller in the Sevon, or like did you guys have a relationship before that, or did you do a live call in just to chat?
Oh, no, I
I
did
love
not.
this story.
So I was pissed at Sev for a very long time on the internet. But most of it was just like, we had our son, he's 8 now. So he was born in 2017. And when we had him, and Sev and I were like talking crap to each other about politics on the internet, I was like, hey, I just had a son. Would love to ask you questions. And then I just started asking him questions, and he started answering the questions because he obviously already had sons. His twins are a year older than our son. So his twins, like, I guess, yeah. And his oldest is 2 years older than our son. And so I was like, I have a son I have to raise in this world. I have questions for everybody. Like, I have questions for every side, I have questions. And that is really what kind of started our friendship. So
Amazing. I love that. I think a lot of times we think we just kind of get connected because we love CrossFit. So it's very interesting that you guys' relationship formed in a completely different way. I think that's
it
cool.
was about it. We definitely, our friendship started with politics.
Usually that breaks people up. So amazing to hear that it brought you guys closer. I was just telling Mesa before we got on that I felt like I knew the podcast space before we started. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I listen, to The Spin and all of these podcasts. And now being in it, there's so many different branches and other podcasts that I like was not aware of. And it's so cool that everybody's just like, yeah, I just want a microphone and to get on the internet and just talk about something I'm passionate about. It has opened my eyes to so much since we've started. There's so much more than what I thought there was. I don't know if Mesa agrees or not, but it's been really cool.
No, for sure. And I think like we're in such a niche space with CrossFit that we think like this is how it is, and then you get into it and there's like, so it's so small what we're doing. It's so small, right? There's so many bigger things. Question for you though, what made you change your mind, Colleen, about hating it to being like, oh wait, this is kind of fun? Well, I think you think it's fun. I'm not.
No, I do. I love it now. It's funny though, because I wasn't a part of the podcast world. So I really wasn't listening to podcasts. It really wasn't a thing. I'm very much a, old school TV. If I want to unwind or whatever, like the Golden Girls are my favorite. I'm chilling with them. Like, everyday life is stressful anyways. I would stay farthest away from politics that I possibly could. One, because I wasn't very versed in it. And I also, for a very long time, just thought politics and political conversations were just ways of separating people. And people use their political views as weapons against each other, and I'm always right and you're always wrong, and calling each other names. And so I really wasn't invested in the podcast space. I obviously knew of Sev because of behind the scenes and CrossFit and that kind of stuff. So when Garrett started really following his podcast and going through all of her experiences, I was like, you want to do what? You want to do this shit that pisses you off all the time? Like, this is what you want to do? This is really what you want to do, And so she had this idea of wanting to do it. And I very much am a person that, like, we only have 24 hours in a day. She has a full-time job. She's very busy with that. We have a child. I have a job too. Luckily, my job is a little bit more flexible, but we have the house and our son and each other and our marriage, and what I want to go to the gym and she wants to go to the gym. And I'm like, we have 24 hours in a day. We don't have the time to do this. We just don't have extra time. But with time, I realized how much she loved it. She loves it. And who am I to stand in her way of doing something that she loves? So it takes time to figure out what that looks like. And so as resistant as I was, because I'm very open about that, like I was not a fan of this when we first started, I've realized how awesome it really is. Like we've met some really, really cool people that I never would have met before. Like we talk about meeting people in CrossFit. You go into this CrossFit box or that one or this affiliate or whatever. And it's like, you meet really cool people. And so it really changed. That's very true.
Happy wife. Happy
That's very
life.
true. So it really changed my perspective of like, this could be really cool. And then we have the amazing opportunity to talk to so many people that we've been fans of. You know, to this day, the first guest that I was so happy and like starstruck that we met was Bill Grundler. And he hands down is one of the nicest, coolest guys that if we didn't do this and she didn't have this idea, we never would have been here. You know, so it took time, but I absolutely love it now. We see what this is and it's great. And it's only going to go up from here. So
Did you guys start then together? Or did you do it first and then she came along later? It was a
together
joint
the whole
decision?
time.
We started together and I dragged her kicking
I was
and
about to be like,
screaming with me.
drug her in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was not and like that KDL comment is funny, and KDL knows us very well. And like he's watched us for a long time. It wasn't, we had to have a lot of conversations. We had to have kind of not dude.
It's
People
all
are
good.
so upset by our like
It's
size
all
of our
good. It's all
screen.
good.
It's fine.
We're everybody's working on their OCD right now. We are also surrounded by a lot of OCD people. We will be okay.
I
Everybody's
tried to
okay.
fix it, and it was only me on the screen.
It's
It's
all
fine.
good.
It's fine.
Everybody's fine. Everybody's fine.
And also I have a different camera than everybody else. Everybody else I'm assuming is on their computer camera. I have the one that I'm trying to use for Crash. So that's the other reason. But yeah, no, I had to drag her kicking and screaming into this, and we had a lot of conversations about are we going to do this? Does she like this? Is this okay being on the internet, whatever? And yeah, I mean, we were figuring it out a month ago still. Like it's not.
I mean, we're still going to
Like-
always figure it out. And I also think the really big thing too is, you know, yeah, we're in a very small community. So obviously all of us found each other because of CrossFit. You know what I mean? Like you guys are on B.Friendly, which is mostly CrossFit. You know, she found Seb, which is mostly CrossFit or whatever. But we wanted to have many different conversations. And so when she asked me to be very open and honest to the internet, I was like, I'm open and honest with you privately, just the two of us. I can say exactly how I feel about certain situations and have these very difficult, challenging conversations privately with you. And so that was completely another layer of it where I wasn't comfortable because I'm like, she goes, I don't want to be just a CrossFit podcast. If we get to talk to CrossFitters, that's going to be really, really cool. But we want to talk to CrossFitters about everything, life, kids, marriage, ups, downs, child support, not like all this stuff.
That's just because we're watching Teen Mom.
Right,
now.
that too.
That's the best.
It's the best. Oh my God, that show is the best. She found it on what, Paramount? And we're watching like all the old seasons. It's ridiculous. But going on the internet and giving your honest opinion, people are going to have a lot to say about your opinion, you know? So, but that takes time, you know? So I am getting more comfortable of talking about different things and having difficult conversations and really processing my own thoughts publicly in front of a bunch of people that know. I mean, I obviously everybody that's in here like knows us, but there's going to be those random people that don't know you. And they're like, okay, idiot, let me check you real quick. You know what I mean?
Yo,
So
at AI, I remember when GTP podcast figuring out sound quality. Yo, I used to title the episode, "Hey, trying to figure out sound. Can you call into the show?"
Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
this is a
Those
test.
were some of the best
Still,
ones.
I mean, this is still us. We've had lots of issues with it. But I think that's kind of what's cool, right? Like you don't have to have it all figured out. You can just hop on and start chatting, and people are gonna like you if they like you, and don't if they don't, regardless of how good quality you're putting out. It's interesting you say that. Obviously, we found out the fun way about putting your opinions out there and what comes out of it. But you were talking about politics, and Kate, you said like how it tears people apart, which I think is so interesting because I grew up overseas, moved to the States when I was 18. And overseas, it's like super normal to talk about politics. Like that's normal dinner conversation. Anytime like my parents had friends over, they would talk about like conflicting opinions on politics, and it would all be like, okay, and then we're best friends and we just eat together. And it's like such a different culture here. And I don't know exactly why that is. Maybe it's just more polarizing, more media. I don't know what it is, but here it's like very taboo. But I try with like my friends to always talk about those things because I think like if you make it less scary, it's fine. Like we can have normal conversations about these things and
That was
and
always, and that, yeah, I get that. And that was always like, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, right? Like I was born in the 80s. I was a teenager and I graduated high school in the 90s. The thing with my grandfather always was that politics and religion were off the table and you couldn't talk about them, and you just accept it as it is. But also he would always be in the living room watching Fox News, and we would always walk into the room and be like, well, politics. And after I moved out and was on my own and whatever, then politics kind of became a thing I had to learn on my own because we didn't have dinner conversation with politics. Now I think it should be a thing, and I hope that we do, and I hope that people, even if we disagree, we can just have dinner conversation and talk about it. It's okay. Like my views don't mean I don't like you.
Yep.
It's just my views. Like I still want you to have the best life possible. I still respect you. I still want you to do well, and I advocate for you. I just might not have the same view you do, and that's okay.
Louder for the people in the back.
Have you guys gotten, as I'm sure you've seen, like since we started podcasting, have been talked about a lot, just about opinions in general. Have you guys experienced any of that backlash when you guys first started as well, or has everything been like pretty calm for you guys?
We had some comments.
I see some faces.
We had some comments like that would randomly pop up, not during our live chats, but like afterwards of people we didn't really know. I have to say, you have to remember, we started off and nobody knew us. And we started GTP
like literally it was
with
Kenneth,
nobody, like zero. Like we would do.
It was Kenneth, Jeffrey Birchfield,
yes,
Jody Lynn, and Judy Reed.
Yes,
like
that's
like we had nobody, and we at first recorded our podcast and then would put them up, and then realized that going live is the way to go. And when we started to go live, for a very long time, we had nobody watching us. It literally was just us. And then we slowly got. KDL found us, and Papa Birch found us, and Judy and Jody, and then all of a sudden Jake is in our, and then Jan is in there.
Heidi was in there.
Yeah.
Jan was in there. Yep.
And like they have the same
Joseph,
energy.
don't be mad. We're talking about OGs. Now you are definitely
yes.
But we're talking OGs, like people that would like FaceTime us and tell us we suck and then tell us how to get better.
So we started on a nobody knew us platform.
At AI. Oh my God, dude.
We love that.
You're offending people here. Come on.
I love stop.
We love that. So we started with really no eyes on us. Like Garrett, they knew of Garrett because she went on to Sevon, but nobody, and then found her, and then obviously found Instagram, and then found who I was, and then slowly started to make their way towards us. But like people have opinions, and they would say what they would say in the comments, like when Jake came and Jan came, and then it just grew from there. And they're going to be
Bernie
Gannon, who is one of Garrett's dearest friends now. They have the best conversations. and they would knit and they would pick and they would do all that like Sevon lingo that they had. So once we started to grow, we would start to feel that kind of stuff. But we started with nothing. So we didn't have the spotlight the way you guys had the spotlight. It was like you guys are on Brian's platform and he has all of his followers. And it's like, oh, cool, a new show. Oh my God, everybody flocked to this new show. So we didn't have the same experience that you guys have in that aspect because
you
we
were
really
under
were
the
nobody.
fire. You
We
were
were
under
nobody.
the fire immediately.
Mhm.
We weren't.
Yeah.
We got thrown in the deep end, but we kind of knew that was coming.
We knew, we were like, there's definitely an advantage, right? Because like B.Friendly has their own like subscribers and fan base. But after episode 1, like it was so fun, but I don't think we thought, we were like, oh, like this is it, you know?
I think it
so
was
fun.
episode 2 that Savon did an entire 90-minute episode talking. Like it was 90 minutes talking about us,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh, this is entirely about us."
But
Is this good? Is it exposure? Is this people are gonna know who we are? You know,
it's good and bad, right? Like, but I think it's always good to be talked about, right? I mean, people are watching.
I mean, look, I don't know, and we can get into this if you want to get into it. No, okay.
Whatever.
But no,
I don't know what you're about to say, but
I think like when Sevon and Dents and all these creators, like when they thrust you into the spotlight, like they do it obviously for content, right? Like Hiller said, he does it for content. Sevon content, like they're content driven based. And if you say something about the space and it's good at, like, we haven't been thrust into that, so obviously we haven't said enough yet. You know what I mean? I believe you said, yeah, I remember that.
listen,
Like,
listen.
yeah.
Sevon told us we were trash. At least he watched your episodes. When we first started,
Fair.
we were trash. He told us we were trash
On his podcast.
and said he would not watch us. And
He was
Garrett
like, I
and
barely got through it.
right.
I was
And
like,
Garrett and Sevon were friends at that time.
Yeah.
And
It's okay. The first thing he said about me was that I have a dad with no testosterone. That was the very first thing, and I was like, "Oh,
that
hot
sounds like
start.
Sev. That sounds
Yeah.
like Sev.
Like,
I'm not- look,
y'all
I'm not in
lasted,
here
We
to-
lasted. We're good.
I'm not in here to defend him in any way. Like he can defend,
Oh no,
he
not
can
at all.
defend himself
Not at all.
on his own with no help whatsoever.
Not at all.
But like I just think for me, when I think of some of the coaches that I've had, and not CrossFit coaches, but just like basketball coaches, whatever, you get thrown into shit that you think you can't handle, and then you handle it, and it's like, and then people leave you alone, right? It's like if you want to ask about like, did we get hazed? I don't think we got hazed the same way that you guys got hazed. There's definitely people that have said, hey, this is the worst show on Sevon's podcast, and it was us. And
They still say that.
yeah.
I think
And-
you're the best show on Savon's podcast.
And it is what it is. And it's like, it's fine. You're going to get people that don't like to listen to you, and that's fine. Don't listen. And whatever. But like, to me, getting hazed is I'm kind of jealous. Like, y'all got hazed. We didn't get hazed. So like at AI, go for it. Haze us. Like, let's get it. CrossFit. Who's our boys? Like,
They usually do.
like
They usually do, you know.
Bernie Gannon ate me up on that very first episode where we critiqued Sevon and Hiller.
We did
Yeah.
Ooh, you went
That
big.
was-
We did. We did, and we got ate the fuck alive for it.
yes.
It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yep. Oh yeah, and
So
Meg's
you-
right too. We haze you enough in the listen, Meg and Joseph and Pat and all of them, like when they first found us, they were ridiculous in the chat. They still are, but Meg she's one of the coolest chicks that we've met. Her and I talk all the time. She's one of a really good friends of ours, and Joseph too. And we haze them all the time. And I told Jeremy the other day to go fuck off. I still love Jeremy, You know what I mean?
Jeremy
So
gets some hate on our show sometimes by us. So
And we love Jeremy.
He plays both sides sometimes. We
I
gotta call him
mean-
out. I'm like, dude, I know what you're saying.
the way that I look at it, especially after like having been in it for a little while, and me and Mesa talk about this a lot, is I feel like everybody has a job. Hiller has a job. Jenny has a job. Everybody has a job. I don't know if I wouldn't want that job, right? But like everybody has a place in the space, and there's room for all of us. But it's just like it's our job. We might not, not be our main source of income, but like somebody's got to do whatever it is, and we all kind of fit into a puzzle piece, if that makes sense. So it just like is what it is, I don't want that job. I like my job. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
I had a good conversation with the boys the other night, and it's just like either you do this because you like it and you want to have the conversations that you want to have regardless of how many people are in your chat, and you do it because you like it, or you're doing it because you want it to be Joe Rogan, and that's just not. So either you like it and you have fun doing it and you have fun with the people in the chat that you're having fun with and the people on the screen that you're having fun with, or just don't do it, because the likelihood that you're going to be Joe Rogan is zero.
Very slim. Very slim.
The chat is something that I did not expect when we started the podcast, though. Like, I remember PC, when we were first talking to him about the podcast, he was like, no, but you need to do it live because you get some engagement from people in the chat. And I was like, I don't even know. Maybe I had been in a live chat a few times on the internet, but not much. And then once we started, I was like, now I understand. This is really fun. That's like what makes the show, at least like on our end of it, is reading the chat and engaging with people. I think that's super fun.
And when you're not a part of that and don't really understand Andrew Hiller might be Joe Rogan one day.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Sorry, my bad.
We misspoke. Sorry.
I have the no rep shit behind me.
That's
Like,
right.
don't yell at me. Like,
when you're not exposed to this podcast world and you don't realize that there's a live chat, when you tell people that you do this live with a live chat, it's like, what do you mean? It is that very naive thinking of you might get one person, you might get two people. It's not going to be that big of a deal, but we didn't really understand what that felt like until the first time that we covered Sevon's show. And it was a lot of people that were in that chat. And then we really realized what it was. We did a podcast the day after Lazar passed away with WOD Prep. And there were thousands of people watching us, and the chat was going absolutely insane. And you don't realize what that feels like until you've experienced it. So the couple new guests that I've had on my afternoon show that I've been doing, and I tell them like, yeah, we're going to be live and there's going to be some people in the chat. They're like, what does that mean? And I said, it's people can ask you questions. And thankfully it's slower in the afternoon because there's not too many people in the afternoon. But if you're not exposed to this kind of stuff, you don't really realize. And Kate, like you're saying, you might pop into a live once in a while if it happens to fall at a time that you're not at work or you're not doing something else. But when you're in a chat now and you see how many people are actually there and how much they talk in that chat, and 90% of the time they're not even talking to you. They're talking to each other,
It's a whole other conversation to keep up with.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
My parents watch now, and they're like, they didn't know it. They knew a little about CrossFit, but nothing about like the media space or YouTube or anything. And they watch every week now. And my mom was like, so-and-so was in the chat and they wouldn't stop talking. And this person was fighting in the chat. Now she's like, they have it like on their phone and on the TV so they can like keep up with both.
There's a point where you become more invested in the chat. Like, you're not even watching the actual episode. You're just watching what the chat is saying.
Those are the characters, right?
It's amazing.
Who's been your favorite guest?
You said.
Oh, sorry, Mesa.
No, you're good. You're good.
Who's been your favorite guest you guys have had on?
That's a tough one.
We have so many, like, we have regulars. And we have so many regulars that have been so fun. you know, we just had Gabe on the mic back again.
He's awesome.
Shoot, Bill Grundler, Chase Ingram, Taylor Self. Sev's been on a bunch of times.
Yep.
There's Ali Shiver. There's just, we've had
Tyler Watkins.
Yeah. We've had so many.
Matt Souza, I will say, is probably
her man crush.
Oh no.
Matt Souza and Bill Grundler are two of my favorite people to talk to. I would have to say, out of all of our guests. I think all of our guests that we have on are so fun. And I think once we got into our groove of the type of podcast that we want, where it's fun, but it's life, but it's still fun, it's serious, it's this and that, we kind of really found the flow that her and I have together as co-hosts, but also with the guests that we have. Those two are just two of my favorite people that I like talking to, because I can ask a question and they explain things in a way that I can really like process what they're saying. Again, not necessarily like changing my mind, but one of the craziest things that I've learned about this podcast and why I feel like it's been so beneficial for me personally is every person makes me stop and think for a second. It doesn't necessarily change my mind. I still have a lot of core beliefs. John Young, Brock Kirby are two other ones that we love having on because they're both very religious. I am not. And so I now am at a place where I can listen to people talk about religion. Whereas before I was like, anybody that talks about religion is trying to attack me and my sexuality and my marriage and whatever. And it's not that. It's not that anymore. So those two are very interesting for me to talk to when it comes around faith and stuff like that. But with just life, those two are probably my favorites. But I love every person that kind of stops me in my tracks and gets me to think. And Sevon does that too. He just does it in a way sometimes that pisses me off, and that's fine.
No, but I think that's the point, right? Like, even if we are not going to be like, wow, I totally agree with you, it's like the ability to close the gap a little bit and be like, okay, I can understand why you would feel that way or what's the reasoning behind it. And that I think, like, I never expect people to magically see things the way I see things. But if I can get them to understand a little bit more, like, where you're coming from, I think that can actually create some good change.
Hey, I've always wanted to ask you this. I should have asked it on my show, but I didn't.
I'm scared now.
I don't know what questions she's asking either, so I can't even help you guys.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
not
having
sorry.
a magic mic moment.
Sorry, not sorry.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Don't say that. People are going to think you're going to take your shirt off.
Yeah, no,
so.
I'm not doing that. She and I went into religion at the other time. Yeah, that's fair. I really wanted to know what made you call into Sev's show that day. Like, I really, like, what was it? What was the emotion that you were having when you called that day?
I did tell Kate, had I thought about it for longer than like the 3 seconds I thought about it before I called, I probably wouldn't have. I think that the way I felt about it at that point is I felt like there was a lot of conversations being had about me that I just wasn't a part of. And like, I had heard quite a few times that I was like very young. And I think people thought I was younger than I was, or very entitled, or very this, or very that. And I was like, I don't think anyone really knows anything about me. Like, I'm actually much older than you think. I actually have my doctorate. I actually have and I just felt like I was like, oh, everyone keeps sending me like, oh, they're talking about you. Oh, they're talking about you. Oh, they're talking about you. And I was like, okay, like, let me in. If you want to know so much about me, just like talk to me. I'll answer anything. I'm like pretty open in my life. I'm like an open book. You can ask me anything, I'll answer it. So I just kind of was like, it felt like there was like a lot of conversations about me that I wasn't a part of, that I was just like, hey, I'm here. Like, you can just ask me instead of making guesses about what I think or and I think there was that whole narrative for so long that like, we're not saying anything. And I was like, that's not my intent. Like, if you want to know something, I'll tell you. It's not like I'm trying to talk around anything. It might just be like, I'm not answering the question you have that I don't know that you have. So like, just ask me was kind of how I felt about that. Everyone loves unhinged me.
We don't want unhinged anybody.
It was like that episode that kind of like started it all. Before we went live, we both said if somebody says one comment, this might be the time where we just like lose it,
I
and
just
it
was feeling
happened. And
Well
spicy.
then Kate started it because Kate was the one in the comments like being like defending you and like going ham, and then all of a sudden it's Mesa on the phone like, hey bitch, I'm here. What do you want me to say? What do you want to say?
I want to say, maybe I'm making this up, but I think Hiller told me to call in, or someone sent me the number. I don't know who it was, but yeah, I
They
also
baited
think that
the
like
fuck out of you.
I could see it being Hiller.
the whole chat, like somebody had texted me or something being like, they're talking about you right now. So I was in there and I was like, what's up guys, in the chat, because I wanted them to know that I was here. And then everybody kept telling me, call in, call in, call in. I was like, absolutely not, because I'm not going to walk into that trap. And I told Mesa, I was like, they're talking about us on someone's show
Mesa's
right
like,
now.
I'm here.
And so they were telling Mesa in the chat, like, call in, call in, call in. And next thing I know, I hear her voice on air. And I was like, oh boy.
Yeah,
I
I didn't even really
buckled
tell
up.
Kate I was doing it. What was really interesting about that, and I do have some woman questions I want to talk about. We'll get there. I called in and I was like headed out to go to a client. So I was like getting in my car, like you can hear me like turn on my car and this. So I wasn't in looking at the chat at all, right? I was just like having a conversation. And my perception of how that conversation went was so different than what like the chat received it as. So I like called Kate after and I was like, that was great. Like we had a good conversation. I didn't think that like I did bad. I didn't even think Savon was like, I thought he was kind of just like chewing the shit with me, like had some good points, like kind of like I thought it was a good talk.
Y'all
And
didn't
then I
understand.
read the chat, and I think that like goes to show that like the chat influences the way you perceive the conversation. Because I went back and watched it with the chat, and I was like, oh, that's like not, and it wasn't even me being naive. I just like I didn't even think Savon was going in on me. I took it as like we're just sharing opinions.
He wasn't. He
'Cause
wasn't
it seemed to me
at all.
so like calm, like maybe it got a little heated, but it was just like we were openly disagreeing and it just seemed like a conversation. But then in the comments it was like blue-haired retard, da, 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 and I was like, whoa, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought we were doing, because I literally called Kate and was like, I thought that was pretty good. Like
I was like,
and then she was like being kind of weird. And then I went back and watched it and I was like, oh, but then she went back and watched it without the comments and was like, you're right. It's just they changed the view of it, which was so interesting to me because really it was like totally different when I read, because when the comments would pipe in after I said something, it would made me feel like it was said differently or Savon said it differently versus what I just heard him say on the phone. Just felt like he was talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would be like, oh, he owned her or whatever. And I was like, oh, I didn't take it that way.
I don't think it was a conversation about anybody owning anything.
Yeah, I don't, but the comments made it seem like
Yeah.
it was a throwdown.
No, I think he was trying to explain his position, and I think you were trying to explain your position. The only thing that I agreed with at all was the fact that like when you came in hot. And I was like, oh, she ready to go. She about to like
she got the fire stick out just
and like Seb was chill. And I was like, is she gonna chill with him? And it was like, nah, you don't know where I'm from, bro. You don't know where I've been at. You don't know what hood I'm been in. I was like, she on fire today.
She's sweating. She's sweating.
I also think that like you have to understand at that point that was like 10 weeks in a row that people have been I get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, it pushed me over the edge a little. But I don't think like even my unhinged episode, I don't think was like that crazy.
No, it wasn't.
The meanest insult I said was, "What are you, 12?" And that's like my meanest thing that I said. I feel like.
No, unhinged is Jerry Springer.
Words. Those used to be fighting words. What are you, 12? Those used to be fighting words.
Yeah, I fight like a middle schooler.
Oh, I got a girl to take her shirt off on a podcast. Let's
go. No, I'm sweating. You put me in the hot seat there.
No, okay. No. I thought it was great. I absolutely love that episode. I love that phone call. I like literally, I don't think you were unhinged. I thought Sev was just trying to explain stuff to you. I just think that you came in like, okay, MF, after however many weeks of this, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, there was a
And
little
you
bit of
were
that for
ready to
sure.
fucking go. But yeah, that was it. It was great, dude. I just wanted to know, like, not many people have the balls to call Sev and be like, oh, we about to. I didn't have the balls. I DM'd. I was like, what are you talking about? Wait, what the fuck are you saying right now? Like, I didn't call his show for that. I called his show to talk shit about Don Lemon. Like, that was it.
It was, I feel like I don't mind confrontation, especially when it comes to like standing up for myself or explaining my side or justifying. I don't know if I would have done that. Like, because I would have been too scared, not because like what she.
Bye.
Oh, okay. I made new shirt, a whole new shirt. She's getting a whole new.
Oh, guys, enjoy this for a second. We're all in the right spot. Garrett's on one side, I'm on the other side. Kate's in the middle. Like, everybody can relax. We're all on the right side.
She's back.
There she is.
Am I
Okay.
back?
Yeah.
Sorry. I just had to, it's storming pretty bad outside, so I think the internet's cutting in and out.
But yeah, I don't know if
Can
I
you
would have
hear
done it. I don't know if I would have been scared. It's like the unknown. Like, I don't know enough about him, and I've heard some, like some other conversations that I don't know if I would have been comfortable doing that. So I give her a lot of props for doing that, because I don't think I would have done it.
You should call in again, girl. I'm telling you, call in again.
No, the next.
I think also, like, I just.
Together.
No. They're not. They're not there yet.
People want us to go. People want us to go head to head on the workout thing.
No. You need to have another phone call.
Yeah.
There needs to. You need to have another phone call, and then it just needs to. There just needs to be a courtship. That's what
courtship. Yeah. We're still in the beginning.
I'm still on a dating show. I don't know what
I
anybody else
also,
is
the
doing.
last thing I'll say. I think also, like, can you hear me? It doesn't show that my mic's working. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I think also, like, a part of it was just like I didn't want anyone to think that I was like scared to talk or didn't have a voice or whatever. I was like, I'm comfortable here. Like, I mean, it was impulsive, but I'm always comfortable talking. I think that I just wanted to be like, hey, I can be a part of this conversation.
And I think when we come from a place of feeling like we are going into something and having to defend, kind of like Kate was saying, like feeling like the minute you go into a conversation with someone that you have to defend yourself and you have to get ready, like, your adrenaline is high, your gloves are already on and whatever. And I think that we collectively as a society, as people, are in that space a lot more than we need to be. It's okay to come and have a conversation and have a disagreement and not feel like, well, I have to go into this and I have to make sure that I defend myself so much that that person leaves hearing me exactly how I want to be heard and then believing the same thing that I do. And I think that we're just in that space, all of us, not just in the CrossFit space, but I'm talking about the world. Like, we're all just in this defensive mode because you can't have a difference of opinion now. You can't believe something different. If I believe one thing, then I have to believe every single like bullet point when it comes to that specific thing. And if I don't believe every single thing to a T, then I can't possibly believe that. So I have to be pushed out to this side or I have to be pushed out to that side. You know what I mean? So I hope with these type
100%.
of conversations, just in general about life in every aspect of it, that these are the conversations that are going to bring us to the table. And that was something that was very important to Garrett when she first had this idea of this podcast, is bringing people to the table comfortable enough to have very difficult conversations, very funny conversations, and every aspect in the middle of it. So these are the type of conversations I think that's bringing us closer versus keeping us separated.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree.
We are definitely on the same page with that too. Like, we talk about all the time how it seems divided when we all kind of want the same thing, right? Like our love and passion for this really cool thing that does bring people together. And I think more conversations like this is definitely what is needed. Speaking of that, CrossFit
Let me-
wants to
let me-
know,
go
will
ahead.
we all be at Crash? Or he said you, but I'm assuming he means all of us. Are you guys going to Crash?
We are.
Mesa, are you
I will
going to
be
Crash?
there.
You're going?
I'm going.
You heard it here first. She's going.
I
Yeah.
will not be there. But you three will get to have the live meetup that everyone needs, apparently. So that'll be fun to all be in person. I feel like everybody's going to be there.
Everything will be okay.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
super
be your bodyguards. Make sure everything's fine. Make sure you walk around
It'll all
okay,
be good. And
and everything will be good.
I think it's going to be great.
It's gonna be great.
I'm
Okay.
excited. I really am. And I've actually I've always thought I do programming for that's my main job. I own a gym, but most of what I do is programming. And I think JR is one of the best programmers in the space. So I'm actually stoked to go see his gym and meet him. There's going to be a ton of good athletes, but I'm most excited to meet JR actually.
JR is so cool.
He's very cool.
He's very chill.
I've heard great things about
Yeah.
him.
Yes. JR is very chill. He's also very, very focused because obviously it's his event and he cares a lot
Yes.
about it and whatever, but JR is very, very cool.
It's fun.
Have you
Crash
guys
is
been to Crash before? Yeah.
We went
Last
last
year.
year.
Ugh, I'm so jealous. I was just saying before you guys got on that I have to drive 8 hours to get to Mesa, and then it's another Mesa 3 hours from you, and I'd have to be back by Sunday night. It just doesn't make sense for me to go. But I was because now I have FOMO. Everybody's talking about going.
it's a great
Oh.
it's a great and we went last year simply as fans, and it is the greatest fan experience that you can possibly have. You're just walking around.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's the most amazing fan experience ever.
Yeah.
And my kid loved it. He got to meet all his favorite athletes. He got his all kinds of t-shirts signed and WAD zombie cards signed. He had a blast. It's an amazing experience.
KDL, are you coming this year? Please tell me you're going to drive and come hang out with us this year like you did last year. So Kenneth came
I
last
also
year.
think that I've heard such good things about Crash as a gym, and it's literally driving distance from me. So I'd love to see it and maybe go back and work out there at a different time because it's close to me, close enough to make it a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Okay, so
Ask. You said you had
at the
questions.
beginning,
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
okay, wait, you said when you kind of said that you wanted to have conversations about things other than just CrossFit, and that's Kate came up with our thing that says more than sport, and the reason she put that in there is because we wanted to have kind of similar conversation.
Oh, we lost her.
Nope, we
It's the
lost.
storm.
Yeah. It's starting to
this
get weird. Starting to get
up
weird
there?
over here.
Yeah, it's been raining because we're all on the East Coast. Yeah, you guys are on the East Coast too.
Yeah,
no.
we're just do you have kick her out and then let her come back in? That's the fastest way. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
Just the three of us. The three
It
of
is.
us.
it is.
Taylor Self, are you gonna be there? I'm so excited. Of course you're gonna be there.
Yeah, of course.
I can't wait to see you, dude.
We're gonna stay here. Thank you. For now.
I am bummed that Taylor's not competing this year because what I will say is one of the highlights of last year at Crash was watching Taylor compete with Colton and then Chris Ibarra.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Sorry,
this
doing
is
my
really gonna
best.
piss people off.
that one event with the pig flip and the pig slide. So it was a push, and we were there, and there was a crowd of us, and we were yelling so loud for Taylor because him and Chris Ibarra were neck and neck, and it was the highlight of the entire weekend. So as a fan, as a friend, I'm just really bummed that he's not going to be competing. I'm glad he's going to be there because he'll be there with JR, and I'm sure he's got a couple of his own athletes.
It was the
being
great
there,
video where Taylor he wins it by
falling.
Yeah. And then he gets up and he stands up
down.
and he's and he looks over. It's like a NBA moment. He's like, what? And then walks off.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
And all the fans, they're behind the podcast booth. They're yelling, they're screaming. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Go if you can go.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You're
So
gonna
I
have a
am
great
bummed
time.
he's not going to be competing, but it'll be great. It'll be great.
It was Stone Cold versus The Rock. Yeah, fair. Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It was cool.
It was good. All right, girl. Your mic's working. Your video's working.
I
Go ahead.
just switched to my phone so we don't have internet issues, but that's why my screen is different. I can't see the chat now. It's fine. We're doing our best.
Hey, you gotta do what Caleb
yeah.
said. Turn your phone. You gotta turn your phone, girl. Turn your phone. No, just kidding.
Oh no.
No.
I don't even know what the question is.
I'm so annoyed. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying.
This is a real podcast right now.
Yeah.
This is
You
a
guys-
legitimate
We
podcast.
should title
guys
this like "Please Help Mesa."
Yeah.
It literally is like thundering. Like I can hear it through like
No, it's-
from the ceiling.
We got kicked out of our own podcast with Will Plummer.
Yeah, and
Like
Will
we
just
both
ran it.
got kicked out, and it was just Will, and we had to both restart our computers because YouTube didn't cut out. It was just our StreamYards. So Will was in there by himself, hanging out with the chat for like a good 2.5 minutes until we came back.
That's
so
amazing.
I mean, we're all professionals.
This is
here.
a real
We're all
podcast right now.
professionals
here we
here.
go.
All good. All good.
All right, what you got?
All
girl?
right. When we were on your podcast, let's see if it allows me to talk this time. You guys said that you really are into talking about like women in the space, like women's experiences. So like what is there anything that like personal experiences or reasons that motivated to you guys to like think or care about women in the space, women empowerment?
If I answer this right now, I'm gonna get kicked off this podcast.
Go ahead, babe. You can go first.
I
Go
want to
ahead,
hear
get
it.
kicked out. Go ahead, get kicked out.
Wait, kicked out by who? By us?
Yeah.
Probably. And Ed AI will kick me out, and probably Pat Lang will kick me out, but it's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah. I like everything that's happened in the last, like, I don't know, a couple years or so. Men being in women's spaces, men being allowed to be in women's spaces, men taking medals away from women in women's sports. Yeah, it made me mad. And so now, like, I want to talk about women shit. Like, we have ovaries. We have
Hormones.
like, yeah.
A lot of them.
And so now I want to talk about that. And sorry guys, like I love all of our men like listeners and y'all know me. So y'all know that this is what I always say is like, if we're talking about women, I want to talk about women. Like, I don't give a fuck about dudes. And if dudes are in women's spaces, like, I love y'all, but women talk. I'm the one that has to put a tampon in my vagina. So unless you're doing that, then don't be in women's spaces. And I feel like that's women's empowerment.
Colleen, what about you?
So that, and also I'm just very passionate about talking about moms and experiences that we've been through as moms. You know, a lot of times the conversation goes that you have to only have one. You can't be a mom and you can't have a successful career. Or if you choose to have a successful career, you're bashing moms that choose and want to be traditional moms of staying home and raising their kids. And then you also have the conversation around the moms that stay home saying that there's nothing better than being a mom and having comments about women that decide to have careers. And I think that both can be true. Diva Cup is way better. No, it's not. No, no, it's not. No.
Wow, that was
yeah. So I've just always, for a long time, you believe that. You're like, if I want to be a mom, then I have to give up my career, or in order to be a good mom, I have to have a successful career. But again, what's the definition of success to you? For some women, success is having a job, making their own money, not being dependent on anybody, man or woman, partner, family, whatever. And also success to other women means being home with their children and raising their children. And so I really like to have conversations with moms about both perspectives and women about both perspectives. I've had conversations with some women that are like, I don't believe that a woman is only made to have children. true, but we are made to make children. It doesn't mean that because someone chooses not to, or sadly might not be able to carry their own children, because we are in this world where that's just how it happens sometimes. I mean, I had a very difficult time getting pregnant. It took 2 years to get pregnant, and we thought we weren't going to be able to have kids because I had a very hard time getting pregnant. So I just think that women are the worst to each other. We are the worst to each other. We blame men and say that men are awful to us, but we are worse on each other. We'll cut each other down way faster than any man can say anything to us. I experienced this in, so our son is autistic. I don't know if we told you guys that, but it's the same way. Come on, Sev, call. You guys have a call-in number?
No, but I have a phone. Call my phone, Sev. Call my phone. Where are you at, Sev? Call.
Wait, can the thunder hit one more time real quick? I think it has to go. Sorry.
We eat our own.
Yeah.
We do it everywhere, in every community, in every part that you're a part of, we eat our own. And so for me, it was more a lot of what Garrett said. That's where we both really started about having this conversation. And honestly, that really changed both of our views on a lot of things too, of like, this is not okay, and leave kids alone. And
Also,
we're talking about women. We're talking about women, you know?
that's the most extreme thing possible. But like, I mean, like legit, Mesa, like I can't go into a women's bathroom. If I go into a women's bathroom, everyone's going to throw me out. I can't, but I am one. So like, it's, for me, it's like, well, if I can't go into it, y'all dudes can't go into it.
I think like, and we kind of like glazed over, Garrett, what you said too. I think it's the way that you deliver the message though. You know, you're like, I love dudes still, you know, I love everybody, but like, this is what I want to talk about. I think there's such a difference in between how you deliver a message and you still make it very clear that I have love for everybody, but like I still feel this way. I think that's very different than how a lot of people express it. I'd much rather hear it like how you say it than some other people, you know?
I think what people forget is it's a very small group of people that are doing some really shady things under the guise of our umbrella. And unfortunately, that makes it so it looks like it's all of us. Yeah. And so like when I talk, I'm not saying it's all.
Yep.
But I don't want a dude with a beard that is just pretending with lipstick and a dress to go into the bathroom with us. Like, just no. Yeah. Absolutely not. And that's women's issues. And so like I remember the struggle. Like when I remember the AIDS quilt, I remember the struggle that we all had. I learned about all of our history. I learned about whatever topic you want to talk about. I know the struggle. I get it. Whatever. But this right now is ridiculous to me. And so I just can't.
Nothing you said that I like disagree with, nor would I want to kick you off the for. Just FYI, you said it, and I was like, wait. I kind of agree with that. I was like trying to wire the part that I was not going to get. And I was like, no, I think that
she had her finger on her phone. Like, I'm ready, girl. Just say the thing. I'm going to kick you out.
I literally put in Colleen's private chat, like, well, you're going to be on here by yourself. And
I don't know why. See, okay. But I think that's like, you asked me why I went on. I think there's like a narrative about all the things I believe that might not be true.
Oh,
that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I think that's the same thing, like you said, Colleen. It's like if you believe one thing, then you must like believe every single other thing under it. And that's not like, I think I'm a pretty like educated, intelligent human that like I don't feel like I have to be put in one small box. I can have a lot of different beliefs. Like just going into that a little bit, like we were talking about women in the media space, or just like women and being in the media space, and there's not that many of us in this space. It is pretty male dominated. I think there's only like I can name on one hand women in this space that I've at least interacted with in the little time we've been in the space. Like, have you ever felt like that was hard to be a woman in this like media podcast CrossFit space, or to be respected because of that?
No. No, and I think for me, it's because I'm not walking around like I need to prove, or I don't need to walk around and be in this space and prove that I'm here because I'm a woman, or that I need to be seen as like, you have to respect me because I'm a woman. I feel like I have a place here, I have a voice here, and I think that again, kind of going back to what we were saying before with Kate, is like, I'm not coming in feeling like I have to defend why I'm here. Like, I'm here. And if you like what I say, hi, Gabe.
What's up?
Love Gabe. If people want to listen to me, which I still think is crazy, that people actually give a shit about what we say and ask us regularly, like, hey, are you guys, if nothing's on our YouTube, upcoming, they're like, when's the next show? And I'm like, I look at her so many times and I'm like, people actually care what we say.
It's weird.
It's very weird to me that people give a shit about what we say, about not just CrossFit, but about everything. So I haven't felt it because I'm not looking for it. I'm not expecting it. It's kind of like, if you don't like what I say, if you don't like how I sound, if you don't like my opinions, then that's fine. There's so many other people that you can go listen to. Like, you don't have to come and listen to me. You don't have to listen to how much I laugh, because I laugh a lot when we have guests on. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? So I never have, because again, I'm not going in looking for it, and I'm not ready to put my fist up and defend it.
I very much get the vibe from you guys that you're just like, we're here and we're going to be here, and whoever wants to join can join. And if you don't, you don't. And I think that's such a good place to be in. And it's really hard, right? And we've kind of experienced, like, it's easier said than done to actually like be in it, read the comments, see the live chat, all the people talking, to just let that kind of like roll off your shoulder, and not, once you see the same comment over and over and over again, sometimes you're like, damn, maybe they're right. Maybe I do suck. Maybe I'm stupid, or whatever it is that they say. But I think if you can get to that place, then you're like, oh, I'm just chilling and I'm just being me and doing my thing.
I also experienced a lot of that growing up. So I really had a lot of self-esteem issues growing up. And so I kind of feel like I dealt with all of that. And I finally got to a point a couple years ago when I was ready to get my shit together and stop being triggered by everything, and not stop being bothered by everything, and stop worrying that everybody needs to like me and I need to conform to certain things and I need to say certain things and whatever. I kind of got to that point where I was like, I don't really care. It's cool if we can make friends, and it's cool if we can all hang out and have a good time or talk about some serious shit, and that's really cool. But if somebody doesn't like me, that's okay. I am to the point now where I'm not fighting to prove why I should be at someone's table. If I'm not invited to the table, I'm just not invited to the table, and that's fine. I'm going to create my own table. Come over here. Come hang out with me. You know what I mean? So I've gone through a lot. I've gone through a lot of punches. I've gone through a lot of shit. So I'm kind of at that point now where, and again, we've had more positive interactions than we've had negative interactions, which of course helps. I mean, if we had somebody that was constantly going at us, which you guys talk about all the time from your experience, that you have that feeling, I'm sure it would be very difficult, you know what I mean, to experience that. But for me, I just don't care. I'm having fun now. It's fun now. I love doing it with my wife. We get to do really cool things and bring our kid around to see and meet really cool people. And it's really just brought a different sense of friendships.
Yep.
So, but that's just where I'm at now. I don't really care. It's fine.
I think I probably side like kind of where you're at, but I definitely haven't always been that way. And I don't know like what the shift was necessarily. I was also in a sorority in college, and girls are mean. So
that's like the funniest fact about you, because you're like the last person I would ever expect. When you told me that, I was like, no, really?
You were in a
We all
sorority.
hated it.
You're one of those girls. Were
Yeah,
you a mean
exactly.
girl?
Those girls. Kate was a
I don't know
mean
if
girl.
I've definitely never shared that on the podcast, but
we bring out the best in you, Kate. We bring out the best.
High school was horrible for me. Like, college is okay, but like being forced to be friends with 150 girls or women, is like never a super awesome time all of the time. And I think after Kenneth says makes sense, thank you. That's definitely not a compliment, but
Ooh.
but eventually
Ouch.
I'm just like, I don't care. Like, a little part of me cares, right? Like, somewhere there, but for the majority of the time, like, it just is. It's usually never personal. Like, why people are saying those things, it's not usually
Wait,
personal.
did you say why people or white people?
Why?
When people,
Why
when
are
people,
they-
when.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. I was just
Kate just
checking.
went for it.
Okay. I was just checking. Okay.
White
All right.
people.
When people. Okay. When people. Got it. Okay. Continue.
When people, I don't know, I just stopped taking it like as seriously. Obviously, if it's somebody that I like love and care about and they're giving me feedback or saying something, I'm like, maybe I need to reflect on this, right? But like random people on the internet or people I don't know very well or like wouldn't necessarily want to hang out with in real life or really be friends with, again, not personal, but like we don't all have to like the same things and the same people, and it just is what it is. But it takes a lot to get there. It really does.
You
lot of
actually,
I
work.
think it doesn't hurt though. Like I'm not saying that there aren't times that like you might have thought that you were closer to someone, you might have thought that you had something different, or someone said something and it's one of those days where it just really bothers you. Like, not saying that that's not true.
I was not. I was
She
clarifying.
She was.
I was not. I was not. I am also white.
Were you bothered?
I am white and I am black.
Were you
And
bothered, honey?
no, I was not bothered. I was not bothered at all. I just wanted to know where the story was going. That's it. That's all I
I
wanted
was
to know.
preparing.
I was just, yep.
I really am like,
I was not hulking up. Also, Kate's probably bigger than me. Like she could probably
definitely,
throw me
she
out
could
a
take any of
window.
us.
Right.
She could
Like,
take all
I'm
three of
not-
us at the same time.
I'm messing with Kate.
I'm like really thinking about what you said, Colleen, about showing up with something to prove. And it's not, I am on the same page as you.
Therapy. We're on therapy now.
No, you just got me thinking, and I feel
Let's
like that's
go.
good. See, I'm thinking about what you said. I don't like, as far as I think with a lot of things that have been said and conversations that have been had, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I hurt your feelings. I don't, I don't really get offended by what people say. My feelings aren't hurt. I don't feel like, I'm not like worried about, like Kate said, like I'm pretty comfortable with who I am. The people in my life know who I am. But I do feel like I really, in not just the podcast, but like in owning a gym and in my business, do have that like I have something to prove feeling. And I don't think it's like I have to prove that like you should like me. It's more that like I feel there aren't a lot of women in the space doing this, and there aren't a lot of women talking about these things. And like, so I need to do it so big or so well or so something to like prove that like there should be more of us here. Does that make sense?
Prove to who?
That's
And also,
and that's when you said that, I literally started thinking like, do I, when you were like, oh, you came in hot, which like maybe I did have something to prove in that conversation, but like in general, I was like, damn. I was listening to the rest of it, but I got in my head like, do I come off like I have something? And I
who
don't
told
think it's
you-
like,
who told
No,
you
go ahead.
who told you that you had to prove it? Who made you feel like, hey, I have something to prove?
And who is they? Like, who is the who that you're
Right.
trying to prove?
okay,
it
one
to?
at a time, please, one at a time.
Sorry.
Well,
I mean, like maybe I would say I've had. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get eaten alive. I've had some tough like work environments, working in gyms that are male owned, and felt like women weren't as respected in the space. And I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's been the worst experience ever. There was just times where I was like, and I think as a coach in a strength space, men tend to listen to men better in the experiences I've been in, which I know is not always the case. And I just am like, oh, yeah, you're right. I don't have a great answer for it. And now I'm thinking about like maybe I need to take that
We-
chip off my shoulder a little bit.
I had a really good conversation with, and oh God, I'm gonna get eaten alive for this too. But
We need to stop worrying about this clearly because we're
Yeah,
all doing
obviously.
this the whole show
No,
and who
I-
cares?
no,
Who
I'm-
cares?
That's what we need to start
I'm
with.
literally
Clip
just,
this.
I'm joking with this, but I had a really good conversation with John Young and Brock Kirby the other day. And the point was like where people, we were taught that Christians and people who follow religion, whatever, are supposed to hate us, right? Because we're gay.
Mhm.
And I had to think about it. Who taught me that? Because I grew up in a church. I grew up with a religious family, and they didn't give a crap. And I never heard anything about anything from the church or from my family or from my friends or from anything. It was when I got away from that my own community, the LGBTQ community, taught me that they hate me. And I was like, wait, where? When? What? Like who? So figuring out who taught you that is part of it. Like, where does
Or
that
like
come
where
from?
that narrative came from,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right. Where did it come from? Did it come from the actual church I was in? No. Does it come from other churches? Maybe.
Absolutely.
It could.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But the church I was in, I didn't learn it from that.
Yeah.
That's not where I got it from. So part of it is like, hey, who taught that to you? Who told you that? Who spun that narrative to you? Who
Mhm.
told, like that was for me what was the most eye-opening. So who taught you that? Who spun that narrative to you?
I like it. I think that's a fair question.
Like,
I
And
do
I
About to
think
go
that-
home and journal or some
Yeah.
shit.
do that work.
that's what we do as women.
Yep.
We journal.
And dating show over. No, just kidding.
We haven't even had the dating show. And for a dating show, the next time we need to have more dudes on the show. Like, where's Jeremy? Can he call in? What's up?
Oh Lord.
I also think that if we continue to spend so much time worried about what is out there, we're not actually doing what we need to do to get wherever we want to go. So a big shift for me was stop worrying about what I
like
have
that
to
too.
prove
For sure.
That's fair.
to everybody else, or this feeling of taking, because it sounds like, and Mesa, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you've put the weight of womanhood on your shoulders. Like, I'm a woman, I have to be successful because there aren't enough women that in the fitness space from your experience. So because you're a woman that has made that big commitment to having your own gym and running your own business and now doing this podcast, you've put womanhood on your shoulder. So when you put something like that on our shoulders, and I used to wear the gay one on my shoulder of like, I need to prove, I need to stand up, I need to wave the flag, I need to punch and kick and scream and shout and at everybody that says anything negative or different than my beliefs of just wanting to be married to the woman that I love and have a kid and be left alone. But I need to carry that weight because I'm gay. So I'm supposed to carry that weight. Once you put that down, you can actually go farther. So who told you had to put the weight of womanhood on your shoulders?
Oh, good luck. You're with Colleen. I gotta pee. Good luck.
Ooh. That's a great question that I would probably have to think about for a long time. I don't think it was like, to be honest, I don't think it's like someone told me something that triggered that. I think it's more like experiences I've had over time that have made me have this drive to like change the narrative, change the space, maybe things that have happened to me that I'm like, I don't ever want this to happen to someone else. And like, I could be the driver of change. And if you want to get like deeper with it, I think like when we talk about, I grew up overseas, I grew up in the Middle East, I am like Arab. There's a lot of different things that I'm like, I want to be, I don't like, maybe successful is not the right word, but like do the right thing, be the right example. Cause then people can look at me and see this is I don't know. And like now that you say that, it probably is like mostly from me more than anyone else, right? Like I don't think it's like somebody did that. It's like how I've internalized certain experiences and felt like, and I think there's like some merit in that. Obviously, it's like pushed me to get this far and do these things, but I think that like when you said you're like, I just like show up and then people will see it, and I'm like, damn.
Well, because my next question was going to be, do you feel like you're not doing that? Do you feel like you're not being kind? Do you feel like you're not being generous? Do you feel like you're not giving enough
No,
time?
I definitely
Faith.
think I am. I think it's like the like but there's more, but there's more, but there's more. That I think like we all have to a certain extent, right? But it's like, how do you control that? I don't know. Something you said about like it doesn't like I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna do it and then people are gonna see it. I was like, oh, I really like
You can get there.
that.
Look at us, you guys.
Look at Mesa and Colleen having fun. I did not see that happening tonight. Look at
Yeah,
my
Garrett is
wife.
up at the
I'm
top,
so proud of
hanging
my
out.
wife. Let's
Kate, you can be
go.
proud of your wife too. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
Hair flipping all. Like, thanks, babe. Thanks, babe.
Kate, you better give your wife a kiss tonight. She did
two-arm
work
hug.
today.
I'm unwell right now.
She deserves it. I'm so proud.
I'm sweating
guys-
so hard right now.
This isn't anything that we had planned to talk about, what we talked about
Never.
tonight. Not at
Never.
all, but it was so fun. We've gone
was great.
longer than we would normally do, so I don't want to keep you guys. But before you go,
Yes, ma'am.
we always
Oh.
ask everybody their hot take. Could be about CrossFit, it could be about life, it could be anything at all. Either of you have a hot take to close it out?
When we're at Crash, will Trista and Mason seal the deal? My hot take is there will be a dinner. There will
Okay.
be a dinner at Crash.
Okay.
That's my hot take.
The first date will be at Crash.
Yes, that's my hot take.
First date will be at Crash. Heard it here first. We'll clip it in case that happens.
This is how you become famous. You just predict the day.
I do
There
a
you
hot
go.
take on inside in the
There
box
you go.
office.
A new episode is going to be matchmaking now.
I mean, that's it.
Predictions. Future
That's it.
telling. Yeah.
We'll be there for that.
Hey,
Go
listen-
ahead, babe.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, go.
No, I was gonna say my hot take is that Friends is not a good show.
Oh.
How dare you?
Wait, that might be the like worst, spiciest one we've ever had. I'm offended. I take back
How
everything
dare
I said
you.
from before. I'm not growing. I take it all back. Screw this.
Offended.
I did not know this
love-
before we got married. What the what?
I guess I'm just left in the dust, you guys.
Hey, I'm going nowhere without you, so I don't know what you're talking about. You're coming with us.
Megan, you still
seems
love
like
me. You're
people-
fine.
People agree.
Joseph,
with you
that's my homie.
and
KDL.
friends.
Oh, fine, whatever.
Megan, you're fine. We're fine.
This is
Mm.
terrible.
We'll argue about it later. It's fine.
There goes our friendship.
I love Friends.
Thank you, Megan. We're friends.
Mesa, you want to close this out?
Yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, follow us at In the Box Office. And where can they follow you guys?
At Glinton Things Podcast. You can find us on YouTube or IG at that. So wait,
see.
Follow
what's your hot take?
mine?
Yeah.
Don't
No,
you
this is
guys-
just for guests.
Prepared.
This is for guests.
Oh, come on. You guys can leave with hot
Oh,
takes,
y'all
too.
are ridiculous.
I was hoping that you guys were going to have such good ones that you guys would forget. Make sure you have-
Well, I might have just shut
Um,
down the whole internet with my hot take. So
Yeah, I don't know. How do we follow that up? Damn. My hot take. I don't know. I was
I
gonna
have
say
another
something.
one. Let me give you another one.
Yes,
Oh,
let's go.
please.
Okay, another hot take. Mint chocolate chip ice cream is disgusting.
No.
Oh, I can get on board with that. I can get on board with that. It tastes like toothpaste.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Caitlin,
you like
Kate, me
redeeming.
and you are friends. Like
I
we agree.
love mint chocolate stuff. Love it.
I like
Um,
Andes, but I don't like ice cream.
Oh, that's
Huh?
fair.
No, it's all gross.
My hot take is that waffles and pancakes are probably trash.
My son would be offended right now.
I'm offended. That's all I eat.
I've never had
No
them.
more
That's
shirts
all
for
I
Travis.
I'm still getting shirts though.
Trav, you love me. Okay, Meg, we're friends now. Okay, good. Oh, Joseph, that's my homie. We're good.
Whatever.
I
Thank
can't
you
keep
guys
up.
so much.
We will be at Crash next weekend. We'll
Yeah.
see you there. We'll be sending Kate selfies so she gets extra jealous. It's gonna be
I
great.
know.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.